afternoon, we begin our search for the young woman who will represent us during the year ahead.
Hammer, what you say?
Isaac, he's the type of man who makes it harder for you and me. People think all blacks are like that.
J.P. Whitcomb, the congressman, whose wife is divorcing him because of the chorus girl.
And the winner is...
Battle of the Network shows. Join Rick Brooks and Mike Kogel as they explore the TV of the 70s and 80s through hand-picked episodes of their favorite and not-so-favorite series. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Battle of the Network shows. Something exciting and new we're going to be doing today. I'm Rick, here with Mike.
I'm Mike, your yeoman purser.
Thank you very much. And today we're talking about Love Boat.
What a show for a season finale.
What a show for anything, really.
Yeah.
I mean, let me tell you something. I've been watching Love Boat, not just to prepare for this show. I've been watching Love Boat lately, and I'm thinking, I just kind of want to watch more Love Boat.
Yeah.
After we do this, I might go watch some more Love Boat right now.
Wow.
I kind of wish I was watching Love Boat now. I believe that Love Boat is the quintessential television show, and we can get into that. But
yeah. Certainly, I would say, like our very first season finale, Chips, definitely a quintessential show of this era.
Yes. It spans the era pretty well. I mean, it aired from 1977 to 1986, so that's kind of right in our wheelhouse, I would say. Yeah, 9 seasons. I think 250 episodes, plus some various assorted specials and movies.
It's a lot of love.
It is. It's a lot of love and a lot of guest stars.
Yeah. And yet not as many as you'd think.
Yeah, they tended to reuse them, didn't they?
Yeah.
But each episode would have a lot of guest stars.
Right, yeah.
The episode we're going to talk about was from the first season. Aired January 28th, 1978, Saturday at 9 p.m. And Love Boat was a staple of the ABC Saturday Night lineup for years. Mm-hmm. And do you remember what show it was paired with for much of that time?
Fantasy Island.
Yes. What a 1-2 punch, Love Boat and Fantasy Island. Not dissimilar shows.
No. I mean, Fantasy Island definitely went darker.
Yes, it did. But they were both sort of the semi-anthology format.
Yeah. Did Fantasy Island have the
Fantasy Island.
different, like Love Boat, like it has like, this one has 3 stories. Mm-hmm. Some seem to have 4, and each little story is written by different people. Mm-hmm. Fantasy Island do that too?
It had the multiple stories. I don't remember if they were written by different people or not.
Okay.
I don't know that, but...
Yeah. And also from the Aaron Spelling.
Yes.
TV Factory.
Yeah.
Dream Factory.
Yeah. Yes, and Love Boat was actually a pretty big hit for a while, especially in its early years. Yeah. It peaked as the number 5. One year it was the number 5 ranked show on television. And that's no mean feat back in those days. There's a lot of people watching Love Boat.
Mm-hmm. And I think a lot like Chips was not maybe respected.
Correct.
Yeah.
Never a critical darling.
No.
Although, now this is interesting. The crack research team uncovered this interesting tidbit.
Oh.
You may have seen this. TV Guide did a ranking of the 100 greatest episodes of all time.
Uh-huh.
It picked a Love Boat episode as, I think, number 82 or something like that. But it was not from this era. It was from season 9 of Love Boat. And it was, so I think we're talking about the Ted McGinley era of Love Boat, when he was Ace, like the ship's photographer or something.
Yeah.
Which, instantly, do you not want to hate that character, just from what I've said about him already?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I was wondering why, of all things, that would be one of the 100. Mm-hmm. Can you guess what made that distinctive? It was. I'll give you a clue. It was a famous guest star, not known for television appearances, and I'm assuming that's why TV Guide put it on their list. But I'd love to have that issue and know why, but I don't know why. But it's somebody who was not a television star who was a guest star in that episode. So this would have been about 1986, I guess, in the show's last season, apparently.
Someone who's big in that period, or big before?
Mostly before. Still well known at this time, but his popularity would have peaked. Oh, and I gave another clue.
Well, that took away one guess.
Yeah.
But it was the guess I was going to have was someone who ended up doing a little bit of, was Elizabeth Taylor.
Ah, good guess.
Of course, did a stint on a soap opera, briefly on The Simpsons.
Yeah, I don't know if she was ever on The Love Boat.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I smell a potential new game coming up. Were they on the Love Boat or not?
Yeah. Cary Grant?
No, another good guess. Not Cary Grant.
God?
I think the hand of God was always present in the production of this show by giving us, such a gift to enjoy. But no, not what I'm looking for.
Was it an actor?
No.
Oh,
it was a celebrity, but not not known for per se for show business, but part of the show business atmosphere. I'll say this: a big figure in pop culture, you might say.
Michael Jackson?
No, not Michael Jackson.
Prince?
Not Prince. Not a musician.
Not a musician. Okay.
Associated with musicians, perhaps, but not a musician.
Associated with musicians.
He was famous for more than 15 minutes, you might say.
Andy Warhol?
Yes, Andy Warhol.
What?
Andy Warhol, and I believe Marion Ross, a.k.a. Mrs. C, was also on that episode. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb and claim that Andy Warhol was the big draw for that episode, not Mrs. C.
Yeah.
No disrespect intended, but
No, I don't think it was her first trip on the Love Boat either.
no, if you know what I mean.
I just meant
Oh, okay.
she's been on it before.
Well, that's what I meant too.
Yeah, right. Okay, then I do.
Love Boat was a PG-rated show.
Yeah, there's a lot of love.
Rather chaste, although
This
sort
one,
of falls a little bit between not reaching the Three's company level of raunchiness,
right.
but a little bit more than your Laverne and Shirley maybe or something.
Yeah,
or
couples
Happy
wake up
Days.
in bed together sometimes.
Yeah, they're
End up
adults.
maybe in the wrong cabin.
Yeah.
Yeah, Doc was a little bit of a ladies' man.
Yes.
Not in this episode, but
No. Where should we start? Should we start talking about the show itself, this particular episode?
well, I think we should, just in case someone hasn't seen it, maybe someone saw it and forgot. I don't know, just the general concept.
Well, it was based on a book by Geraldine Saunders, who was a former cruise director. She wrote a book called Love Boats, a memoir talking about her time in the industry, and that was adapted into a television movie, which became what we now know as The Love Boat, produced by Aaron Spelling. And as we said, the format was you had your regular ship's crew, and each episode would have usually 3 storylines with different guest stars, and all involving different aspects of love. But there was even more of a formula than that. In addition to the 3, usually you'd have, I think, one story involving somebody on the crew, one story involving just guests, and then one where maybe everything would mix in. And usually there'd be one that would be more lighthearted, one that would be more romantic, and maybe one that was a little bit more dramatic or something like that. So they try to have a mix of stories.
Yeah, and crazy Robert Altman-esque.
Yeah.
Like somebody's walking down a hall, and then the camera pans to
Yes.
that Altman. Then Richard Linklater perfected his own version of that.
Yes.
Slacker.
And let's not forget the improvised dialogue, much like John Cassavetes,
Right.
who John Cassavetes was probably on The Love Boat.
He probably was to pay for a movie.
Yeah. So they would reuse a lot of celebrities, and the star power, the wattage would often range within an episode. But you usually get a mix of a younger celebrity, a showbiz legend maybe, or a more veteran performer,
Right.
and maybe some more current ones, usually in some network show or something.
Yeah.
But you get some pretty big stars, but a lot of times it would be more like, I guess, B-listers, to be fair.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. We were going through the list of episodes to choose from the DVDs that you have, which cover 3 seasons. The first 3 seasons.
Yeah, I might as well go ahead and admit that I actually own 3 seasons worth of DVDs of The Love Boat. But in my defense, I wanted to treat myself a while back, and I saw the deal at a certain major retailer, and it was a great deal. And yeah, it was for 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Criminally, the only 3 seasons available on DVD so far, but I've gotten more enjoyment out of that set than a lot of things I've spent, $25 on or whatever it was.
There you go. You would see repeat guests through these lists, sometimes in the same season. That was the most
Yeah, playing different
stood out.
characters.
Sonny Bono was in 2 episodes in one season, playing different characters. One of the actresses in this, I think, is in 2 episodes in the same season, or at least in the same year.
Yes.
And I keep forgetting her name because she's maybe the least known.
Well, maybe we'll get into that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who exactly, but it was not an uncommon thing, definitely.
Yeah. And you do see, maybe not all of the Happy Days gang, but I think a number of them showed up, certainly. And I don't know, I saw Burt Parks listed in one.
I think if you name, like, a beloved, if you just could describe somebody as a beloved television personality,
right,
they probably were on the Love Boat at least once.
Also,
like a lot of the people
Brett
that we
Summers.
talk about, yes.
In fact, I believe I saw Brett Summers and the host of the Match Game, Gene Rayburn, in the same episode.
Yeah,
They're listed in the same episode.
And similarly famous for being famous back in that time of day. Those people, chances are, they would be on the Love Boat.
Yeah,
Charo was an infamous passenger on the.
She was
the Pacific Princess.
Part of she was an entertainer, like part of the cruise line. I think she played the same character every time.
She was like a regular on the show?
Well, not a regular on the show, but she played when she showed up. She would be the same character.
Right.
I think she went from ship to ship doing her act. And
okay, right.
Like I one of those descriptions said, whatever her character's name is, comes back, now that she's in it or something. So maybe she started out as a passenger and became something, but I think she was the same person every time, unlike most of these people.
Yes. So you had the ship's crew.
Right.
And one thing I like about the show, one reason I say it's the quintessential TV show, it combines comedy, drama, a little romance, and this mix of sort of combining quote unquote modern era with old show business. So it's like a blend of old showbiz and new showbiz, and sort of celebrating. It's like a celebration of TV by having all these TV stars and not so much stars in one place, and it's got all this sort of corny veneer, and bringing everything together that kind of makes it this is kind of what television is, especially television of this era. And
you mentioned there being a formula. Part of the formula is it's the trip. So pretty much, I think every episode begins with passengers boarding and the crew welcoming them on. Then you learn some things about each of the guest stars there, some confetti throwing, and then by the end, it's the end of the trip.
They've resolved some kind of story, and they've reached, and
they say goodbye to the crew on their way out.
Yep. Yeah. You get some nice exposition, expository dialogue at the beginning when they're boarding. That's always good. I kind of enjoy the way they set up, and that's another thing that's TV-ish of it, is the contrived nature of these storylines and how they set them up right away as they're coming in.
Yeah.
Usually in conjunction with one of the crew members, but
yeah,
pretty much any kind of situation you could think of, the Love Boat handled it. Now granted with 250 episodes, of course you would, but identical twins, they did that. Mistaken identity, yes. Somebody mistakenly thinking somebody's going to murder them, yes. UFOs, yes. I don't remember that episode, but I'm sure that happened at least once.
So the crew, let's introduce our audience to the crew, or reintroduce them.
And let's say too, the show begins by introducing the guest cast first, which is interesting. And the episode we're watching, I think in the first season they just had the names,
right?
And then they would add the famous the circle shots, later they would do that.
Okay.
So that would be later, and then that would be a hallmark of the show. But in this season, it was just names for the guests, and then you'd see the pictures of the cast.
Yeah.
And you notice they're introduced as your ship's captain.
Yes.
Your yeoman's purser. So you're creating that intimate feel.
We're on the Love Boat with everyone.
That bond you establish with the crew. It's very homey, very welcoming.
Yeah.
So the ship's captain, Meryl Steubing.
Yeah.
By the great Gavin MacLeod.
Yeah.
Formerly of Mary Tyler Moore and numerous other TV roles before that. But it isn't funny to think that arguably Love Boat was a bigger hit than Mary Tyler Moore's show. Now that I think about it.
I mean, I think I saw Mary Tyler Moore when I was really little, my mom was watching it, but then when I actually watched it, on Nick at Night or whatever, and to see him on there, it was almost, and how good he was on there.
Yeah.
And just thinking at that point, my opinion of Love Boat was just cheese, and being surprised.
Right.
Which he shouldn't be. I mean, actors have brains.
Well, and he was on McHale's Navy as a regular before that.
Yeah.
So what a career he's had. I mean, just think you're on McHale's Navy, you're on Mary Tyler Moore, which is like an enduring classic, and then you go on to be in a show that lasts 9 seasons.
Yeah.
Like, is the main guy on that show. That's he doesn't get enough props for that. I mean, the guy was on 3. He wasn't a big part of McHale's Navy, a huge part of McHale's Navy, but just for Mary Tyler Moore and Love Boat alone, he's not really up there with. You don't hear his name a lot with these guys that have been on multiple shows. So
Yeah.
props to him. But yes, he's the ship's captain, a very engaging presence. I'm a big Captain Stubing fan. How about you?
I enjoyed seeing him.
Yeah, he
And he got some business in this episode, so
yes,
that helped.
yes, and he. A lot of times I notice he likes playing like a master of not a master of ceremonies. Well, this one he is a master, but he's like sort of the ambassador. You don't see a lot of him like starboard, and shouting out commands, but he's very concerned with the welfare of the crew,
Right.
and the welfare of the passengers, and the main thing is making sure everybody's having a good time.
Yeah.
And you got to respect that, right?
Yeah, his managerial style is very laid back.
Yes.
He knows what's going on, and when it's time for him to intervene, he'll intervene.
Yeah, and I think he, in both the affairs of the ship and the affairs of his crew,
Yes.
as well.
And the affairs of his passengers.
Exactly. Well done. Yes.
Yeah. So I don't remember the order of people. Is Gopher next?
I think Gopher might be next.
Yeah.
Your yeoman purser,
Or
right?
yeoman purser, yeah. I don't know what a purser does, but
I had to look this up because even after watching all these Love Boats and watching some recently, I still don't know what he does. Apparently, the purser,
Yeah.
he's in charge of like money issues on the boat. So like anything involving like ship's valuables, he's in charge of that. He's in charge of a lot of times like distributing payroll to the crew. Like he's got to make sure all the paperwork's filed. Like when you go into ports and have to like present paperwork and stuff like that. So it's kind of like an accounting administrative position. Now
that explains why he's almost never working.
yeah. But I never get that impression that he's doing that watching the Love Boat. I mean, you don't see him like with an accountant's eye shade, like poring over numbers in his cabin.
No.
You see him like walking around. I always thought it was more like a goodwill ambassador or something, or more like, well, actually, you know what? I think it's also kind of like a flight attendant. He's kind of like, I guess he's technically like sort of like the head attendant.
Yeah.
And as such, I guess he's responsible for a lot of like the financial stuff and things like that. But it seems like on the show, he seems more like an attendant, making sure all the customers are comfortable.
Right.
But the purser, which makes sense, is more of an accounting financial deal.
Yeah.
And that's Fred Grandy.
Fred Grandy, who
your man, Fred Grandy.
I saw him in a live dinner theater performance of 1776.
And what do you remember what character he was?
No, not Thomas Jefferson.
Not Thomas Jefferson.
One of the older characters, not Ben Franklin.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll see if I can find out.
Okay. Fred Grandy.
Right. Well, I don't know. I mean, off and on, he's lived in the D.C. area.
Yeah. He's been a radio host. He's been a politician.
Yeah.
Done a lot of things, and I think now he's back probably doing. I think he actually is doing dinner theater again.
Okay.
Last I heard, but this is mainly his main TV role.
Yeah.
Probably his main show business gig was being the beloved Gopher.
Gopher, yeah. What's Gopher's name? Do we remember?
Oh boy, I don't remember.
Yeah.
He's a well-meaning,
Right.
kind of sort of average, regular guy kind of guy in the
Yeah.
ship.
Yeah.
A good sort.
Guessing Isaac was next.
Possible,
Maybe
yeah.
Doc.
Either him or the other one, but well, yeah, it's either him or Doc.
Yeah.
So
we'll start with Doc.
yeah, Doc is your ship's doctor is Vernee Watson, who was on Get Smart for years, and
Yeah.
Adam Brickman, I guess, right, is his actual name. Doc.
Oh.
Everybody calls him Doc. It's Adam Bricker, I think.
Okay.
Everybody calls him Doc, and
Right.
he's an incorrigible ladies' man.
Yes.
And he's often quite successful, apparently.
Yeah. I don't know if that's something you want in a doctor, but
Yeah. That seems like a little.
as long as he keeps it, professional when it needs to be professional.
Yeah. I don't think that character would really fly today.
No.
And I don't know if
I mean, his personality, I can't remember him in those kind of scenes, but just seems genial.
yeah, he's basically harmless, I think.
Yeah.
He's kind of someone that's always interested in them, but he's not really a rogue or a
No.
cad. He generally has interest in, every
Right.
woman that comes aboard the ship.
Yeah.
And wants to pursue something, but, it's your ship's doctor.
But I think he'll take no for an answer.
Yes. That's a good point, yes.
And then Isaac, the bartender.
Yes, your ship's bartender is Isaac, And he gives the infamous little finger point to you at the beginning, and very cheerful presence. A great mixologist.
Yeah.
Ted Lang.
Ted Lang.
He'd been on That's My Mama before that. And again, this was his main role.
Yeah.
Not everybody's fortunate enough to have several other sitcoms before this.
Right. But I know he's done like stage work and
I think did he go into directing?
I think he did go into directing, yeah. And then Julie.
Yeah, you're
a cruise director.
You're a cruise director, yeah.
Yeah.
Very professional, but I think she had some personal issues sometimes. Well, in real life she did.
Yeah.
But the character, I think, she had everything together professionally, but I think she was often had some kind of romantic storylines going on the show, and I think the idea was that she wasn't necessarily as composed in her personal life as she was in her professional life.
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But administrative, very very competent cruise director.
Yeah.
And often the first person people would talk to and go to with issues aboard the ship. So she was definitely a liaison for passengers.
Yeah, and that's it. That's the career.
Yes. Later,
no one else was on the ship.
Yeah.
Those 5.
Yeah. There's no cook, for example.
Nope.
They just had MREs or something. And,
yeah.
Had everything shipped to shore or shore to ship. I guess flown in. Nobody's cleaning all the cabins.
Nope.
Until they dock, and then they air out the whole boat for a week.
Isaac's running around between all the different bars.
Yeah. And, so, and then later, Captain Stooping's daughter, Vicki, would become a cast regular, and Ted McGinley would join later. But for now, it was just this group.
Interesting tidbit, one of our storylines this time was written by our ship's doctor and our ship's yeoman purser.
Yes, Fred Grandy and Bernie Coppell co-wrote Isaac's history lesson.
Yeah. Which
We'll discuss that later, I'm sure, but it's interesting that Isaac didn't write this
it is.
story, but those two, of all people, wrote Isaac's history lesson.
Yeah.
I found that amusing.
I did too.
Actually, as soon as I saw that in the credits, I found it amusing. Then, as it went on, I found it even more amusing.
Yeah. And so, again, we were looking through this list, and one of the recurring things I saw in the list, and certainly in the suggestions I threw out, and then we kind of picked one. People who we talked about on other episodes about all the network shows.
Yeah.
Which shouldn't be surprising, but it was surprising how many of them were popping up in these 3 seasons. I mean, I don't even think I included the one with Todd Bridges in the suggestions. But
wow, yeah. No.
Him and Don Knotts and...
so many possibilities.
Grant Goodeve and all sorts of people.
Yeah, we could have gone many different directions.
Yeah.
But I don't regret this at all because it includes some that we've already talked about and some we haven't yet talked about, and I'm kind of glad we got to them in this episode. So a pretty good assortment of celebrities on this one.
Yeah, led off by our man DVP.
Yes, DVP bookends this season of Battle of the Network shows.
Dick Van Patten, in case somehow you don't know who DVP is.
If you're not hip to the DVP
yeah.
nomenclature. So his storyline is the congressman was indiscreet.
Very timely.
And he's also in with, if I'm not mistaken, one of your favorites. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. Vicki Lawrence is his partner in this segment.
I don't have a problem with Vicki Lawrence, but I know you are not a fan of the Mama's Family.
I couldn't stand that show. So.
I don't think I think I briefly liked the show because I had seen the sketches on Carol Burnett, and I liked the sketches.
Yeah.
But then now I just associate the show with not good TV. There's just something off-putting. But
despite having the great Ken Berry, it never did.
Yeah, and other Betty White and at times.
And
Rue McClanahan were on there. And
I found the Mama character rather abrasive.
I think on the Carol Burnett show with Carol Burnett and Harvey Korman involved, it was something.
And in different. 8 or 9, maybe 10 minutes, it's a little different than 20-some minutes.
Right.
But this is a much more sedate Vicki Lawrence.
Yes. And then Maureen McCormick.
Oh, yes. Winner Take Love.
Yes.
Is another one.
Right. And Bobby Sherman.
Yeah. Teen Idol Bobby Sherman.
I don't really know much about Bobby Sherman.
Well, let's see. This was, 1978. So Bobby Sherman, I think, was in his mid-30s at this point. He peaked about a decade earlier.
Right.
He was a musician, a big teen idol, and a big star of the teen mags. I think one of his big breaks was he was in the show Seven Brides for Seven Brothers, which was about I think almost exactly probably 10 years before this.
Okay.
And, you know, Maureen McCormick, of course, was Marsha in the Brady Bunch, which was before this, and this was her kind of post-Brady Bunch career.
Yeah.
So they're kind of the main stars of that segment.
Yeah. Although one of your favorites, who we didn't really get to talk about, Priscilla Barnes.
Yes, it was Terry on Three's Company.
Yeah.
It was not in either of the episodes we talked about
No.
in our Three's Company episode, but she was here as a pleasant surprise seeing her.
Yeah, because she's not in the main list of guests, is she?
No, she was not.
She's
Yeah.
in the end list.
Yeah, she just kind of showed up, and I was like, oh, hey, it's Priscilla Barnes.
Yeah, and some other ladies, because they're vying to be the ambassador for Princess Cruise Lines for a year.
Correct, yes. It's basically a beauty pageant segment.
Yeah, and then the last segment, Isaac's history lesson, includes the great Scatman Crothers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Glad we got him out of this season.
Of course, was in The Shining and lots of other places.
Yeah, he was in many movies. I think he was in King of Marvin Gardens, Last Detail. He was the voice of Hong Kong Phooey.
Right. That's probably after The Shining. That's his.
Yeah, he was in many.
In variety shows
and on Harlem Globetrotters cartoons.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I'd say about Scatman Crothers. He's a guy that, again, like a famous guest in many shows of the 70s and 80s. I mean,
right.
he was a ubiquitous thing. Maybe Hong Kong Phooey was probably his signature role.
Yeah.
But I'd say just know, like, oh, hey, Scatman Crothers is in this. And he was in a lot of movies and a lot of TV shows. I mean, the guy was everywhere for a while.
Yeah.
Always liked him, the famous, raspy voice, and just had a cool aura about him.
Yeah. So I'm forgetting the woman's name.
I don't remember the actress's name either. I
She's
didn't
the one I
recognize
was
her
talking
name, but
about
she was
earlier.
Okay, so she was another one. Yeah, she I think it was She's got a hyphenated name, I believe, and she's working on her character's working on a PhD.
Yeah.
But she later went on to.
She did a lot of voice acting.
Yeah, did voice acting and had I think she had a recurring role in The Fresh Prince.
Yeah, she was his the Fresh Prince's mom.
Yes.
Vernee Watson Johnson.
Yeah, I would not have recognized the face, or recognized the name, but the face was definitely familiar.
Yeah. So she was definitely on another episode in 1978, but I'm not sure if it was this season or the next season. But as someone else, not as. I thought maybe she came back because she and Isaac, things might work out okay with them.
Yeah, but I wonder if she's playing a different character.
Oh, she is.
I hate to
I
say
read a list, and yeah, it was in episode 34. Yeah, that was in November of '78. So that was in season 2. An episode that also includes I think this might have been in the list because Melissa Sue Anderson, Conrad Bain, Jamie Lee Curtis, Janet Leigh,
Wow.
Greg Morris, Jimmy Walker.
Wow.
Vernee Watson Johnson, and Denny Terrio.
Denny Terrio. He may show up at a future episode of Battle of the Network shows, one way or another. I'm going to get him in.
A widow who hasn't gotten over her husband's death is followed by her husband's ghost,
Ooh.
who tries to fix her up with another passenger.
Well, I know what I'm watching later. You know what? That's actually a good thing, though.
And there's there's a middle story. A divorced couple sees their daughter and her husband off, but get locked in one of the unused cabins. And Gopher's sister comes on board and makes a beeline for Doc.
Oh, imagine the hijinks that'll cause.
That's episode 34, season 2, 9th one of that season, I think.
So actually, I guess say that's a good thing because I was kind of assuming unjustly that she would be Isaac's love interest in 2 different episodes.
Yeah.
Which would kind of speak to the fact that, let's be real, if you're going to have a love interest for Isaac, they're only going to get certain types of actresses, and there probably weren't a whole lot of pool that they were actually choosing from, sadly, at that time. So.
Yeah.
But it seems like no, she was involved with Jimmy Walker and Greg Morris, I'm sure.
Probably in that one, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder if Jimmy Walker was the ghost, or I'm assuming Jimmy Walker was the ghost and Greg Morris is the other passenger, right?
Greg Morris is from
Mission Impossible.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That could be. There's got to be.
Maybe it'll be cast against type, and Jimmy Walker will be like all serious, and Greg Morris is like a ghost.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? There's only one way to find out, and I'll do it. But that's another episode.
Yeah.
We've got so much to talk about with this episode.
We really do.
So should we begin with? Should we go segment by segment, maybe? Because there's not a whole lot of overlap. I think maybe we.
Yeah, I think we could go
How do you wanna-
segment by segment.
Yeah.
And just
All right. Well,
it might change, but
in the order of the titles, Winner Take Love would be first.
Yeah.
So this is, like you said, it's a beauty pageant, and they're competing now. The main conflict here is between Maureen McCormick and Bobby Sherman. They want to get married, but there's like a virtue clause, and in order to represent them, as an upright citizen, she can't be doing any hanky-panky.
Right, and she can't be even married.
Yeah,
which is an attachment clause too.
Yeah, that's
like
a little.
The Jedi Knights or something.
That part's a little weird, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, because every passenger has to think you're attainable. I didn't say that, but
yeah, I guess Miss America has that too.
Yeah, and there's a.
Or at least they're not married.
Yeah, and the man who's in charge of the competition.
Yeah. And
sort of herding the girls is a character actor named Graham Jarvis.
Yeah.
Who has just got one of those. He played a lot of weasels, I think.
Right.
And you definitely recognize him when you see him.
And then he didn't play Michael's boss on Family Ties, did he?
No.
Okay. It was just a similar guy.
Not that I know of.
Okay.
But I'll bet he was on Family Ties. He was on a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
He was on a lot of stuff. I mean, he's one of those things like I didn't recognize the name, to be honest, when I saw it in the guest. He was enough to make the guest cast. Mm-hmm. But then when I saw him come out, I was like, oh, it's that guy.
Yeah.
And pretty good playing somebody who is a little bit of a hypocrite. As we find out in this. Yeah. But the ladies come aboard, and I think Priscilla Barnes' character is sort of like the favorite. She's sort of like the most. She's positioned as the most conventionally like pageanty.
Right.
She's blonde. She's tall, and she acts like an airhead.
Yeah, and she gets lost. Although the male crew members seem to favor all of them.
Yeah, they're split. Like Gopher's got eyes on the singer.
Yeah.
There's kind of a stereotypical Latina one. There's a stereotypical Asian one.
Yeah.
And they've, I guess.
Yeah, the Latino Rita.
Right, and Rita keeps sort of throwing shade at Priscilla Barnes' character.
Yeah.
They're basically calling her a bimbo.
Right, but then Rita is also the one who finds out about Marcia and Bobby Sherman.
Yeah. Well, they're canoodling in the cabin.
Yeah. And he wants her. I mean, he definitely wants. I don't know about his character. I mean, I think he wants to marry her and stuff, but he also wants the hanky panky.
Yeah.
Like, why he's not listening to what she said. First of all, she thought he just came to see her off, and he actually bought a ticket.
Yeah.
Which is going to confuse things, and she'll get some amount of $5,000 and get to be on this, make commercials and things.
Yeah,
like,
it's really a career for her.
Yeah.
And he's not supportive of that at all.
No.
As a matter of fact, he seems visibly disturbed by the fact that she's, got a chance to win.
Yeah.
Rather selfish of him. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I was not very impressed by his character. I guess we should talk about there's different stages of the competition. And right as they come on board, Graham Jarvis, I can't remember his character's name, but he's got
Waldo?
That sounds about right.
I think it is Waldo.
He's gotten a proposition for Captain Stubing.
Yeah.
He would like him to be the MC.
Right, and Captain Stubing say, I can't do that. I won't be any good at that. This is like a great classic TV kind of thing.
Yeah.
The about face.
Yeah, and so, of course, once he gets out there, he hams it up.
Yeah, well, once he gets a laugh, he can't get enough.
Yeah, he's reading like prepared material that's written for him, and he gets a few laughs, and he kind of gets a little bit swelled head about it.
Yeah, so that's during the bathing suit contest, and they're all modeling some swimwear from somewhere.
Yeah, and he's doing kind of like very kind of old school patter.
Yeah,
like with these little jokes to introduce the ladies.
Right, kind of a little sexist.
Well, yeah, like what's the one? I can't remember the one about the state. Like, our next contestant was voted the most popular
in Nebraska,
popular girl in Nebraska
at the University of Nebraska.
Which was quite an achievement, considering she went to the University of Wisconsin
or Oklahoma, or something like that. Yeah,
I actually laughed at that.
And that's the Priscilla Barnes' character, I think.
Yeah, it's weird because like he's actually getting laughs with it, but some of the reaction of the crew and stuff, it's kind of supposed to be cheesy, and they're kind of like rolling their eyes. But
right, yeah.
And I gotta admit, I was kind of laughing at it. And Stubing, once he gets going, he really launches. He embraces the role.
Yeah, and at the end of that, like get me the script an hour early so I can punch it up.
So I can punch it up. Yeah.
It totally goes to his head.
Yeah, that's great. He's a pretty good MC though.
He is, and you think when he does his punched up material, and then later even actually just riffs.
Yeah.
You think you just keep waiting for him to go down, and he doesn't.
Yeah. No, he doesn't.
He's actually good.
He's good, and it shows why he's a good ship's captain. I mean, in his role, he's a good face of the cruise line, and he enjoys. He's a people person.
Yeah, and he does go on a little longer than expected.
Well, that's true. Yeah,
throws him off a little bit, but and somewhere I guess after the formal wear thing, Rita rats out Marcia. I don't remember her character's name.
There's judges who we don't get to be introduced to the judges, but there's judges keeping score during the competitions.
Right. Yeah. Waldo's not involved in the score. It would be way.
Well, he tries to be involved in the scoring. But.
Yeah. So Rita rats out them, and they actually burst in on, which is kind of rude, but on Marcia and Bobby Sherman. Yeah. They're just making out, I guess.
They're just kind of discussing like their plans and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not so much
Yeah. And
actually, that's the thing. They're about to. I mean, if they hadn't come by,
right.
I mean, she was going to tell him, look, I've got to go for the.
Yeah.
She couldn't be there with him in the cabin.
Right. Yeah. That's right.
So it was really bad, unfortunate timing for her.
Yeah.
Because that's the ironic thing is she was just about to leave him, I think. And
right.
So Bobby Sherman was upset about that. I'm sure.
Yeah. And then Waldo has to kick her out of the competition.
Yes.
Which, was fine with Rita. Rita she's out to win.
Yeah, there's some real competition there among the girls.
I mean, we don't know much about her, but
no,
we do know she's out to win. Later, Marcia and Bobby Sherman are saying, why don't we just get married now? Mm-hmm. Now that this has happened and we're on this ship, let's just go in the next, wherever they are, next port of call and get married. But then, meanwhile, Priscilla Barnes, Jeanette, I think her character's name, and shows that she might be a little more clever than we thought.
I believe so. She kind of does a little entrapment, I think, on Waldo.
Yeah. She calls Waldo for help. She needs someone to zip out the back of her dress. Mm-hmm. And none of the ladies are around or something. She makes something up. Yeah. So while he's going to do that, she says she has an itch. He starts to scratch the itch, and then he tries to scratch it with his face.
Yes. Yeah.
And she socks him.
Yeah, she decks him.
Don't know what her deal is, though. Because a lot of times she's doing a bubbly voice.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden she speaks like 2 octaves lower.
Yeah, so you think, this whole thing's a put on.
Right, and then she even talks like that to Marcia and Bobby Sherman, I think, after she tells them that she's back in.
Right, but then other time after that,
and then she kind of goes back into her like she's playing a character.
Yeah.
I
don't know what is she playing.
The idea I got was that she does that to win the pageants,
okay,
because she thinks that's going to make her more popular. But
then after winning, well, we'll get to that. She's still doing it. Like they're leaving the ship, and she's doing that.
Yeah,
I guess she thinks Princess Cruise Lines wants that.
Yeah, that's how I saw it. I mean, I saw her as maybe it's because I was a fan of Terry, and I know how smart Terry is. But I think the character is meant to be much more intelligent than she lets on, and she kind of used that to her advantage, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, that was my general take, but it was a little.
Although
not entirely.
It's not necessarily a winning strategy.
No.
Because she doesn't win, and really, it hurts her. I mean, it shows that she's good on her to go through so much trouble to get Marcia back into the pageant.
Yeah.
Because it would have knocked out one of her competitors.
Right, that's true. And so she comes and tells Marcia and Bobby Sherman this. Of course, he's not happy about it. Guess, again, registers some displeasure on his face. Mm-hmm. But Marcia's, we really need to know her name.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's excited to be back in the competition. And then we get to see the talent show, which, like, even before it started, I knew, like, okay, most of them are going to be bad at whatever their talent is, which is, the talent show or the beauty pageant talent cliche. Mm-hmm. But it's like, how did they get this far if they're bad? Is it just everyone else is so bad at everything else that they...
Yeah.
I mean, they're beautiful women and all that.
Maybe the talent is only like 10% of the competition.
Yeah.
At the scores.
So, we get the one woman kind of singing a little poorly.
That's Gopher's favorite.
Yeah.
Alma, I think, or...
Yeah, the Asian woman fails at a magic trick. Yeah. Fails to, break apart the Chinese rings. Rita does a flamenco and is pretty good, but then she does a split and can't get back up without Captain Stubing's help.
Yeah. Ever the gentleman, Captain Stubing.
Yeah. And Jeanette... The Priscilla Barnes does a Hiawatha reading of Hiawatha, that poem. Is that right? in a sexy Native American, like a squaw costume. And then Marcia plays classical piano.
Yeah,
and well.
Yeah, She's clearly the winner of the talent competition, I think.
Yeah.
If you're basing it on pure talent.
Right. And so she wins the overall thing, and Bobby Sherman kind of starts walking out.
Yeah.
And this is really where I question this whole thing.
Yeah, because the ending would be seen as problematic by
Yeah.
today's standards.
Right. Because she turns down this honor to go be with him. Which, if he hadn't been such kind of a yutz about it,
Right.
might be okay.
Yeah. It's like, why satisfy your mopey boyfriend who is being unsupportive? Why reward him for that behavior?
Yeah, like the better ending would have been him honoring that, honoring her
And
desire
change
to do this.
saying, now that I see, how could I? Or she makes the offer,
Yeah.
and he says, you know what? I wouldn't dream of, denying you this chance. I'll be waiting for you in a year.
Right. Oh, or, she takes it under the condition they let them get married.
Yeah.
Something where, she gets more out of it than just going and marrying this dope.
Right, because that he's not going to let her do anything. He's going to expect her to stay home and, as Andy Kaufman says, peel the potatoes and peel the carrots, and do the mending and all
Right.
that.
Yeah.
So, So that was what passed for a happy ending in 1978. Not so much now, but
the good thing for Jeanette, she gets to she's second place, so she gets to win.
right, and she's somebody that actually embraces this and wants it, so it works out well for her. And to be fair, Marcia and Bobby, it's a happy ending for them for now.
For now.
I question that relationship, though. In a couple of years, I think there's going to be trouble.
Yeah, they're going to be on the divorce boat.
Yeah. It's a shame, but
Yeah.
So, anything else to say about Winner Take Love?
No, I guess that was the lightest of the stories, right?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
It was fine. I mean, I enjoyed Stubing, as we said, and it's nice to see Maureen McCormick in something that wasn't Marcia Brady or a reality show.
Yeah, despite the fact that we've been calling her Marcia this whole time.
Right.
She was definitely not Marcia Brady.
Susie, I think, was her name.
She still looks more like a Marcia to me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
She really didn't look much older, even though that's what?
4 years after the end of the show, Brady Bunch maybe. Something like that. I think 74 was the last season of the Brady Bunch.
Okay. So it started in the 60s.
Yeah, I think it was like 69 to 74, something like that.
Okay.
So she was in her early 20s. She was definitely much younger than Bobby Sherman, I think.
Yeah.
Not that they played that up in this show, but so yeah, I think that's all I got to say about Winner Take Love.
Yeah.
So moving on to The Congressman Was Indiscreet. I don't know how much I have to say about this either, but it's an interesting story.
Right.
It's the more serious one of them.
It has some interesting turns, I think.
I was intrigued by the performance of DVP in this too.
I was too, because and that was one of the turns, I guess.
Okay.
So now, so it starts. We're back at the beginning, and he walks on the ship. He says his name is Jim Smith. I think Jim Smith. Definitely not John Smith, but he finds out where he's going, and he's by himself. Vicki Lawrence is right behind him, and she makes a comment about he could have picked a better name than Smith, and I forget, he's got a J. Whitcomb something or other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something more.
So it turns out she's a journalist, and he's a congressman who's in some hot water.
Yeah, he's in the midst of a scandal.
Yeah, he apparently had an affair with a chorus girl. He might get divorced. Congress might make him quit.
Yeah.
Might impeach him. I don't know if that's an actual... Can you impeach?
I believe you can impeach a congressman.
Okay.
But yeah, it seems rather unlikely today, doesn't it?
Yes.
Although it didn't necessarily seem
it might maybe...
for a consensual relationship. It seems hard to believe that that people would care about that. But
yeah,
he was dumb enough to get caught. I guess was the
right. Yeah,
was the real crime.
And he's just on this cruise. He went on this cruise to get away from people.
Yeah. What better way? Yeah, go on a cruise with
boat where you
with
can't get away from
other
people. Just need to get away from.
Yeah, and he's not like he's locked away in his cabin the whole time either.
No,
he's gone to around having drinks and.
Yeah. So Vicki Lawrence's character being a journalist, and a journalist for what I'm assuming is a bit of a rag.
Yeah.
The scuttlebutt.
Yes.
Although it is included in the American paper delivery.
Yeah. Gopher's making his rounds with the papers.
Yeah. She sees an opportunity. She asks to get to sit with him at dinner. Happened anyway.
Yeah. Let me mention something here too, because I was already thinking about this. Like, it seems like every other episode, stories are set up by passengers overhearing or stalking other passengers that are right ahead of them, or like you get these wolves that are like, oh, I got to get next to her. So as soon as they get on the ship,
right,
if they're single, they're looking for love.
Yeah.
And the crew doesn't really discourage that.
No, I wonder. I don't know that I would read that book, but I'm curious if that like an element from the book, like that they. I mean, if the book was it just about the fact that people happen to hook up on cruises, or is it, about it almost being the goal of the cruise?
Like a matchmaking kind of deal. Yeah.
Which I think, my memory of the show is that sometimes they were matchmakers.
Yeah. I think they like to try and encourage that. Well, they try to help, because sometimes you get established couples that were going through issues, and the crew would be all too happy to help out. This is a little different situation. Sometimes I could see it being a little bit of a problem sometimes.
Yeah.
If somebody didn't want to be pursued or whatever, but Dick Van Patten apparently went on the Love Boat to get away from people. It didn't work out so well, but as far as that goes.
But her plan seems to be to sort of use her feminine wiles to get the scuttlebutt on him on the situation,
to get a scoop.
And going in, her opinion is that he's just a lech.
Yeah. He cheated on his wife, and deserves whatever she's very cynical about him.
Yeah, and in their first scene together, DVP plays it like he is a lech.
Yeah,
like at least at one point, he asked her to meet him later for a drink in the Starlight Lounge.
Yeah,
and he raises his eyebrows and just gives a look, and it's the look of in the Starlight Lounge. I mean, I can't reproduce it in audio exactly, but
no, but I'm seeing it right here. It's having an effect on me. The Starlight Lounge,
the Love Cast.
Yeah,
someone started the Love Cast. I don't know. Yeah, he's like, I mean, it's like an oily sort of look. So you think, oh, he just is a creep.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that.
No,
but I think the idea is to kind of think that he is.
Yeah, and then it turns out he's not.
Yeah. Well, because they do get to know each other once they, kind of spend some time together and have drinks, and they quickly...
Like, I see, even in that scene, had he already told her some of the story in that scene?
Well...
I don't think he told her everything.
No, I think he kind of basically saying, isn't at the beginning, isn't he, sort of, talking about, well, you don't... He's sort of railing about the press and how everybody's, nosy, and basically kind of doing that thing about everybody should mind their own business and all that, when he's talking about wanting to get away from people. And then later... or when they have the encounter, he kind of gets that little bit of a more hard-boiled shell about him,
right? About
his personal situation. He kind of explains, but now to me, a little bit, I see some shades of something in DVP's performance. Maybe tell me if you see this. A little bit of Humphrey Bogart in Casablanca.
Whoa.
Now, bear with me here.
I know that's your favorite movie.
He's kind of like a little bit of all the gin joints and all, but it's more like that world weariness of he's sitting there with his drink, and he's kind of looking ahead, not looking directly at her, and kind of talking about, boy, if only anybody could just leave a guy alone, and all this kind of stuff, feeling a little sorry for himself, and also a little jaded, kind of that world weary Bogart quality,
right? That
I definitely see in Dick Van Patten.
That's true.
I think that's where he got his inspiration from. I'm sure his old Humphrey Bogart movies.
I'll buy that. And he's in a tux when he's doing that. Yeah. So that's right. So they have dinner, and it's interesting because the dinner and when they have that first chat, they're on the periphery of the beauty contest.
Yes.
Because the formal thing happens in the dining room, whatever they call it, and the other part happened on the Lido deck, I guess, or the pool, anyway, and. I just assume it's the Lido deck because they say that.
Sure.
It's by the pool. And then after dinner, they're out talking on the railing, and he explains that, well, he was going to get divorced anyway.
Yeah,
and
everything, it was already over.
Yeah. And then he was going to have this, and then he had this thing with the chorus girl, which didn't last either. And
but he was sincere at the time.
And more importantly, he was going to pass a tax bill that would have revolutionized everything. Instead,
this tax reform bill that
nobody cares.
Yeah, and all of a sudden, because all they care about is the salacious stuff, and
so Vicki Lawrence's character is starting to, see this other side.
Yeah.
But she calls her editor and just kind of is giving him, here's what I have so far.
Yeah.
And she's like, but don't print it. Of course, you know what's going to happen.
Yep.
They're going to print it.
Yeah.
DVP is going to see the paper.
Shocking that a publication called Scuttlebutt would have questionable...
Yeah.
Yeah, but they didn't necessarily listen to the reporter's wishes, and they ran the story. It was a scoop.
Yeah. And they say he's going to quit for sure. Mm-hmm. And whatever other information. They fill up a whole front page with it.
Yeah, a big front page story.
Like 3 sentences worth of information. But
They had his whole biography in there, apparently.
Yeah. And I think she was about to tell him the deal anyway.
Yeah.
That she had fallen in love with him and he'd fallen in love with... I mean, he told her that. She didn't tell him.
Yeah.
You've fallen in love with me.
Yeah.
I have?
That could have been awkward.
Yeah. I thought we were just having drinks.
Drinks.
Yeah. Huh. And that was page 2 of the Scuttlebutt.
Yeah.
Weird.
Well, she's really impressed by his views on tax reform.
Yeah.
Which we don't need to hear them, but
no.
Whatever it is about taxes, he's going to reform them.
He is, yeah.
So she can't bear to see the nation lose out on this massive tax bill that apparently only he is the linchpin to.
Right, yeah, he didn't co-author it or anything.
Yeah, I don't think he's like the House Majority Leader or anything, but
no.
But he's a big component of it. He was going to do that. It's good enough for her. Mm-hmm. You know, I was going to pass this this tax bill.
Yeah.
Even though I'm only one of 535
right.
people. But he was going to do it.
Yeah. And once he gets the paper, he has a natural reaction to he's angry at her.
He's angry that the Scuttlebutt dropped Blondie.
Right.
I can't get my funnies anymore.
And they put Doonesbury in there.
Yeah. But yeah, and he's upset about that she betrayed him.
Right.
And he kind of realizes that what her motives were, which he's right, but he doesn't know the whole story.
Yeah.
He doesn't know all the Scuttlebutt.
Right. And then later they forgive each other.
Yeah.
Or he apologizes and she doesn't think he needs to apologize, and she's quit her job. Like, he finds that out. Like, she quits right away. And Julie tells him in matchmaking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they work it out, and he's like, well, don't quit because I need, a supportive voice in the press.
Yeah.
But, realistically, if she's dating him, then she's not going to be able to be that.
Well, at most places she wouldn't be, but at Scuttlebutt, perhaps she will be.
Yeah. Unless they don't talk about their dating, but then that creates a whole, again, situation where he could get caught.
Ugh, yeah.
He's just repeating his pattern.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think about the future of this relationship, Mike?
I'm more inclined to think this one will be okay.
You think there's a natural chemistry between these two?
Who?
Between Vicki and DVP?
No, I said ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sizzling.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh my.
Smoldering.
Yeah. Well,
yeah. Until he gets to get a good look at her in her old lady outfit.
He said, "Is this how you're going to age?
Yeah.
I want no part of this."
Why would your attitude change so much?
Yeah, really. Yeah. Well, Dick Van Patten is very good at making moon eyes at people. I think he does that a couple times at her.
He does.
I mean, when you see Dick Van Patten look at somebody, that's the audience's way of saying that they're really in love. It's a big signifier. You see, okay, that's good enough for me. And probably vice versa. Right. The way Vicki Lawrence looks at Dick Van Patten is a sign for all the ladies out there to say, hey, Dick Van Patten, he's the stuff.
Yeah.
I think it's going to work out.
I think so.
At least until, the end of the term. Or
right.
They should be able to go at least until he's running for re-election.
Yeah. I mean, obviously there's some complications you're going to have to deal with.
Yeah, and he's not divorced yet.
No, he's not divorced yet. Yeah.
So they're going to have to go through that.
Right. He's going to fight for his job.
Yeah.
Maybe he won't get to stay in Congress.
He might not get reelected. I mean, it's even if his intentions are good, this isn't going to look good. No. He goes from a chorus girl to a reporter that he meets on the Love Boat. Mm-hmm. That's not going to play well.
Yeah, and he actually refers to it as a love boat.
Yeah, that's right. He does.
He knows what's up.
It's not going to play in Peoria.
No.
I don't know if that's where he's representing, but it's not going to play wherever he's representing.
I don't know. Yeah.
Unless
wherever he's from.
Berkeley or something maybe, but not Peoria.
Right.
And I strongly suspect that it's supposed to be some kind of Midwestern district that he's representing. But the main thing is that those two crazy kids find love together. I wish them the best.
Yeah. Maybe they'll have 8 kids.
Yeah, it could be. Could be. They don't mention children, or does he have children?
I don't think
they mentioned that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's about all I've got on.
Yeah.
On the congressman was indiscreet.
Yeah. Always good to see DVP.
It is. And he knocked it out of the park on this one as always.
Yeah.
His fine evocation of Humphrey Bogart in Casablanca.
Yeah. I don't think we got to really see him in casual wear.
No,
wear.
I'm surprised he didn't write in a tennis scene where he's playing like paddle tennis or something on the
right
on the deck, or at least a game of shuffleboard or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe that was cut.
He was too down.
Well, okay, that leaves us. We got to have time to talk about Isaac's history lesson.
We do. Yeah.
Written by Gopher,
Doc,
and Doc. Isaac's history lesson. Mm-hmm. So this is the one that involves the African American members of the cast and the guests.
Yeah.
So Scatman Crothers comes on.
Yeah. Ball of fire.
He is. He's got a word. He's one of those. He's like gregarious.
Yeah.
As soon as he comes on the ship, he's got a kind word for everybody. He's happy to be there.
Speaks in rhyme a lot.
Ready to have a good time.
Yep.
He claims to be a ballpark peanut vendor, and everybody kind of falls in love with him.
Yeah.
Like in a platonic sense.
Right.
He makes people happy.
Yeah. Right after he comes on, I think her name is Stephanie, and she comes on with an armful of books, and already a condescending attitude about that old guy.
Yeah, she's got disdain for him.
Yeah. We don't know why, but she doesn't like him.
Right.
Yeah.
She kind of takes the wind out of the sails of like Isaac, I guess. And
yeah. Well, Isaac immediately has eyes for her.
Yeah.
And this is like right after the beauty pageant people, and he's like, and he was interested there, but he's definitely, once he sees her, that's all he's interested in. She does mention like her dissertation or something, and we get more about that later. And then Scatman is showing them the ham bone, or the hand jive, or whatever you want to call it. He calls it the ham bone.
Yeah.
So he shows him his version, slapping his legs and singing rhyme and things, and then Isaac does the Oakland version.
Yeah.
And this is for
Oaktown.
Doc and Gopher and Julie, and they're all into it. And Julie even asks Scatman to teach her the ham bone.
Yeah.
And I guess he tries to teach the other guys because they keep trying it. Seems like a good time.
Right. Well, I'd be entertained by him.
Yeah. Stephanie has, she's got a totally different attitude.
Yeah, she doesn't exactly come out and say it, but she's clear what type of individual she thinks that Scatman Crothers is. She thinks she considers him an embarrassment.
Yeah. He's living up to stereotypes and
yes,
just being the entertaining, smiling person for the white people.
Yeah, shucking and jiving.
Yeah, and she's studying like Black history.
Yeah, that's what her
for a PhD.
Yeah.
And so Isaac, of course, because he's interested in her, like borrows one of her books and then starts to. He's still trying to romance her, but he does take her side. Mm-hmm. There's one scene where she's sitting by the pool, gazing a little forlorn, and Isaac shows up in a leather shirt and leather pants.
Yeah, he's smooth.
He is smooth, and and she's thinking about their ancestors making the passage, slavery, and he's just like, yeah, but what about tonight?
Yeah,
he does kiss her, and but they're definitely just down on Scatman.
Yeah,
so good, and these keep or not opportunities, these moments keep happening where he's talking to her, and then one of the Gopher or somebody will come by, and I think during that one, the whole Scatman led all the other crew people and the band through, and he was singing Camptown Races.
Oh yeah, that was, what? Of all songs,
I know
that was one that was a little on the nose for this.
Yeah,
I was a little bit more on his side. That's like, well, maybe that wasn't the best song to have him be sing.
Yeah,
and he sings it with gusto,
and they party with him, and and Isaac's just kind of being rude to him.
Yeah, he becomes very standoffish.
Yeah, and then Captain Stubing wants to talk to him.
Yeah,
but he has something. He has to go to do the MC bit.
Yeah.
So later, they talk, and Captain Stubing informs him that, he was a great pitcher in the Negro Leagues.
Yeah, and he does it kind of in a little, a very patronizing way. You mean to tell me that you don't recognize? He's
Yeah.
just kind of like they're idiots for not recognizing him.
Right, like he saw him when he was a kid.
Yeah.
In an exhibition in Brooklyn.
Yeah, and they
They got their noses stuck in books.
Right. That's right. He's ashamed of them for not recognizing this guy that played Negro League baseball 40 years ago.
Right, and the Scattershot Johnson, I think was.
Yeah, or Scattergood or
Scattergun.
Scattergun, yeah.
Yeah, and and has to explain to them, he's basically the giant whose shoulders they're standing on.
Right. Yeah, he doesn't just point out who he is.
Right.
He's delivering the history lesson to Isaac.
Yes, and then Isaac's like, without him, black man couldn't be a bartender on a ship.
Right.
She's like, studying a PhD.
She never thought of it this way before.
Right.
And
then they go to the party and,
yeah.
Apologize, and she has to learn the ham bone.
Exactly.
Like, Captain Stubing's point is, like, in his era, Scattergun had to, this is how he had to behave to get by.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Yes, there's a serious side to it, but
right.
Yeah, the reason he did that, I mean, I sort of see his point, but it's a little weird the way he makes.
I sort of like the whole point of the thing. Is very well intentioned.
That's a good way of putting it. Yes,
but I mean, just from a writing point of view, maybe have them, I don't know, discover it in the book or something.
That's a good idea.
Like make some connection, which is what I thought. Like, the description I read had the Barrows just said, revealed the thing about him being the pitcher, but not how they found it out. Not have the white boss right.
of Isaac explain to them
right.
Black history. In a segment written by two of the white cast members.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I tell you.
Problematic, is that the word you've been using?
No, you this would never fly today.
No.
Absolutely not. It wouldn't even be written. They wouldn't even let a white guy write that segment, probably.
Probably not.
But now at the time too, I mean, this is the kind of the era of Roots, know. So this is becoming the novel had been out, and the miniseries was a big smash. So there's kind of reason, even on the Love Boat, I guess, to work in slavery into the Love Boat.
Right.
And it's an interesting way they did it. It could have been worse, but I like your idea of having them discover it in a book and then have this conversation amongst each other.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you know what? Maybe we've misjudged him. Maybe we've been a little too rough on him.
Right. Or even if he told them.
Yeah. Or, yeah, and he wouldn't do it in a way like, hey, you shouldn't be treating me like this. Or he could say something like, well, I'm not always, I wasn't always smiling like this, but I had to because,
right.
after so many times getting turned down at a restaurant or something like that. And, they can, something that indicates that he feels their pain or feels the pain of discrimination.
And it seems like at least Isaac would know that anyway. Just,
well,
I don't know what, other than being from Oakland, what his background is. But, it just seems like he wouldn't possibly know from parents or whoever that the various hardships of that. And he certainly, I mean, it's 1978 and he's an adult, so he's aware of things that were happening not too long ago in his childhood. I mean, maybe not as much. Well, no. I mean, Oakland certainly had its foot in parts of the civil rights movement. And
well, I think part of it comes down to was Isaac. I mean, he was having a great time at the beginning of the boat. Was he really feel that way, or was he just kind of putting on a show just to get with this girl?
Right. I don't know.
I mean, he certainly seemed well.
Yeah, because he
definitely
kept
moved by Captain Stubing's speech.
Yeah, but he was also just like he's just a nice old man.
Yeah, he didn't see. To make a big thing out of it, he really didn't see the connection.
Right.
He just was like, oh, he's just a fun guy, rather than seeing it as like a symbol of the race or something like that.
Yeah.
I guess was his initial position.
And you gotta wonder what what instigated this, Vernee and Fred
to write this.
Yeah.
Was it as simple as like, hey, Roots is popular,
right?
And let's give Isaac a storyline.
Was Ted Lang doing the ham bone for them, and they asked what that was? And,
I don't know. Of all things, the weirdest thing is like having Captain Stubing be the one that saw him as a player and recognized him. I mean, that seems to be like the thing
Right.
that would really
And
irritate
then
people today.
when they go to the party, those are the stories he's telling. So, like the rest
Like
of it,
baseball stories.
Yeah, the rest of it seem like he was hiding that.
Yeah, because he claimed to be a peanut vendor. He didn't say
which maybe he was after.
Yeah, he probably was, but
but he's not pointing out that stuff, and so somehow it's come out. Either he told them, or Captain Stubing told everyone else too, or maybe just at the other party, like they had already found out at the other party or something. But he's not hiding it.
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, it's kind of sad, or it could be kind of sad in the sense that he has to be a peanut vendor if he was this great pitcher and he couldn't be a pitching coach or a manager or something like that, or in the front office, or maybe even a scout.
Right, and obviously, couldn't play in major
show.
leagues. Yeah. Though he did strike out Babe Ruth.
Yeah.
Twice.
That's right.
And then he vanished into time. They left that part out that he was also a voyager.
Right.
Babe Ruth had a lot of encounters with time travelers.
Yeah, he had a lot of encounters with a lot of different things.
Yeah.
But time travelers, yes, being one of them.
Yeah.
But having her ask him to show her the ham bone, that's just a little too on point at the end, too.
Yeah.
Very predictable, but yeah, this whole segment was a bit much. I was a little surprised, I thought it was amusing when I saw who wrote it, and then when Captain Stubing gave that speech, I'm like, oh man,
Yeah.
could have done this a little differently, but Stubing delivered it well.
He did. He's a wise man.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little, like I said, you might have issues with it today, but I think Captain Stubing had everybody's best interest at heart. It was a little scolding though.
Right.
But I'd like to think it wasn't from a white privilege standpoint, but so much wanting his customers, his passengers, to be comfortable.
Yeah.
And wanting everybody to be happy.
Right. He didn't like that tension.
Yeah.
So then at the end of we see everybody leaving the ship.
Mm-hmm.
All the happy couples and whatnot. And Captain Stubing gets in one last joke. He asks if Waldo knows an agent.
Yeah.
And we forgot about that other problematic thing, that the Priscilla Barnes character is going to, at the end of her thing, is going to marry Waldo.
Yeah.
Who took liberties with her
Yeah.
before, because he's a good back scratcher.
Yeah, that's what she says. I guess he can help something or other, but that part was weird.
I don't know.
That was tacked on.
Yeah.
I didn't quite get that either, but
I mean, I guess it's the classical comedy thing where all the couples have to
yeah. Now
be together at the end.
he's a guy that's been, shepherding these nubile women for years. I mean, do you think this is something that he does regularly, or if it's just something like it's this one particular passenger or contestant that he just couldn't resist anymore, or something like that?
I'm gonna. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
I was gonna give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
These days it's hard to say. I don't even know.
I mean, she is trying to get that to happen.
Yeah, there's a little bit of entrapment there, but
Yeah.
I don't think that just came out of nowhere either.
It's a weird scene.
It is. But again, 1978 probably played purely for comedy, and I don't think people really analyzed it very much, for better or worse.
I don't think so.
What an episode, really.
Yeah.
A little something for everyone. As Jack Jones would say. And what a show. What a great show this is, The Love Boat. It's just, there's just something about it when you're going to feel good after watching this.
Yeah.
You might feel a little conflicted.
Right.
You might feel a little confused, maybe disturbed by some things as we were.
Right.
But overall, I'd say I feel pretty good.
Yeah.
And when that song comes on and I see, I think I mentioned to you, one of the great pleasures of going through the Love Boat, and when it comes on TV, it's still shown in syndication. And I think I watched it both when it was on Saturday nights. I remember watching it, and I remember watching it, some of it in reruns. But more so probably in its original run on ABC. But you watch it and there's that little anticipation. That's one thing we don't get these days. Everybody knows what's coming on. You see the episode description, or you watch it after the fact and you already know what happened.
Yeah, you see press release weeks before.
Yeah, but just think of you'll see who's going to be on the Love Boat this season or something like that. You would see today. Just think back when it comes on and the anticipation when that music starts building up and you're going to hear a great song. Yeah. But you're also going to see who tonight's guest stars are.
Right.
And you see, and it's a surprise, like, oh, Maureen McCormick, Bobby Sherman.
Yeah.
Scatman Crothers. This is kind of like the joy I have going through these DVDs, and that's the joy that you would have had watching The Love Boat back, and Fantasy Island too, but on a Saturday night and just seeing, who's going to be the guest stars tonight.
Yeah.
You can't beat that. That's what television's all about. It's about guest stars. It's about surprises. It's about something for everyone. It's about life's sweetest rewards. I'm starting to think we should do a Love Boat episode every season.
I don't know.
I'm just starting to think it. You can talk me out of it.
Okay.
I'm starting to think it. Maybe if they come out with some more seasons on DVD, or else put this on here's something else I believe. Love Boat would be a perfect show for like a Netflix or a Hulu, because you could just cherry pick the cool. You could go down like, I want to see an episode with so and so.
Yeah. And
you could just pick it. So it'd be a great one. You don't necessarily need to own 250 episodes of it. But it'd be great to just watch, hey, you know what? I'm in the mood to watch a Love Boat. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, though, that hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
Although there's been some and as of this writing, I don't know, but there's been some very, very suspiciously good quality copies of Love Boat on YouTube for years. And there was one that, there's like a watermark, like Love Boat channel or something like that. So I think maybe they're shown on some ships or something. I don't know. Or I don't know where the uploader got them from, but really good quality copies of the Love Boat. So maybe you can see all these episodes. They pop up every now and then. I've seen them. Yeah. I think they get taken down and then they come back up. But
I mean, they really at least should be on CBS All Access. I mean, nothing should be on there because
you don't have
to fork over.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is at least these DVDs are CBS from that.
Yeah.
Their vault, the Paramount. CBS Paramount Vault or whatever.
I mean, maybe there's some music clearances, but I think part of it was they released these two in the dreaded split seasons where you'd get season 1, volume 1, and volume 2, and they were kind of overpriced. But this 3-season pack, I got a good deal on it, and this is 1970s/1980s television, cheese television at its best. It's good comfort food.
Was there one revival or two?
I remember the UPN one.
That was with Urich, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right, Robert Urich. Oh my gosh! Wow.
That's the one I remember, but I couldn't remember if there was another.
Well, there may have been multiple, because Fantasy Island had the revival with Malcolm McDowell.
Yeah. And
there might have been another one of those too, but I don't remember. Fantasy Island is one we might have to take a look at. We've discussed that.
Yeah.
Fans, if you'd like to hear us talk about Fantasy Island, let us know. Mm-hmm. And if you'd like to hear us do a Love Boat episode every year, let us know that too.
If you'd like to hear us just do a Love Boat podcast, don't
think I haven't considered that. That might be a solo podcast. The Love Boat podcast.
Wow. There might be one out there already.
There could be.
Go looking, but
there's certainly plenty to talk about on any episode of the Love Boat.
Yeah.
The format means that you've always got something exciting.
And some other behind the scenes returning people. Douglas Kramer, who was involved in the Wonder Woman show.
Good point. Yes.
Charles Fox wrote the music.
Yes.
For the theme, and also wrote it for Wonder Woman, and that's
and Happy Days as well, right?
Yeah, I think so.
The co-writers of that.
Yeah, and of course, not a returning customer, but your boy Paul Williams wrote the lyrics.
Yeah, that's right. More proof of his genius.
Yeah.
One of the best theme songs in TV history.
You can't deny its catchiness.
No. Yeah, I mean, it just, everything gets resolved. Everybody goes home happy.
Yeah.
And
it all starts again.
Sometimes you need that in television. Yeah, nothing really changes long term.
No.
Some of these things may be passé by today's standards, but I think there's a place for this kind of television. And it's called the CBS television network today. But maybe there would be you don't. We've talked about kind of with other shows. You don't have this kind of celebrity anymore. Might be kind of harder to pull this off. Maybe the economics of it wouldn't work as much. But this format, I don't know.
I'm surprised someone. I don't even want to say this. Really, hasn't done like a reality show version of it.
Oh, haven't they? I think they have.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe they have.
Stick a bunch of celebrities on a cruise ship for a week.
Yeah.
See if they get together.
Get together, yeah. I don't know. I'll stick to the old school, the original, classic version of the Love Boat.
Right. Yeah, I don't know how you make it between not having the same kind of celebrity and just that crew is. I mean, they're all around.
They are. Yeah.
God bless them. but and they're getting or have received a Hollywood Walk of Fame star.
Yeah, not everything has to be remade or rebooted.
No,
just put The Love Boat on streaming and we'll be happy. I think
plenty of people they'll watch it for whatever reason. If it's cheesy or if it makes them feel good or what,
it's all the same.
It's there
as long as it's making somebody happy.
Yeah, right.
I don't think so. I think this has been a successful voyage.
Yeah.
And I look forward to making another run in the near future. This episode brought to you by the Ham Bone. This episode also brought to you by the Scuttlebutt. Now, more than ever, you need the Scuttlebutt. Also, try our sister magazine, the Hubbub. This episode also brought to you by Love, exciting and new. Join us next time for another exciting episode of Battle of the Network shows. Learn more, leave feedback, and suggest future episodes at battleofthenetworkshows.com. Follow us on Twitter at BatNetShows and like our Facebook page, facebook.com/battleofthenetworkshows.
The Love Boat. The Love Boat. The Love Boat. The Love Boat. The Love Boat.